Bob. How are you doing? KN4STP from W4BUE.
KN4STP, good morning, Rich. I just wrapped up my exercising for the morning and heard you on the radio, thought I'd say hello to the 11 o'clock net.
Real good. I'll be in here for about another 10 minutes before the net. But I have some things I really need to put back in the garage. I want to report to you, Bob, that I had my second flu shot yesterday, and so did Harriet. And Harriet's got just a little bit of a sore arm. I'm fine. I don't have any problems at all, but she doesn't have any of those flu symptoms or anything that they talked about. Over.
For STP, well, that sounds great. If that's all that's she's feeling, that is great. My wife got her first shot yesterday, and she's got a little arm pain today, but I think it was just limited to that. So that gives us both our first shots, so we're waiting to count down for number 2. Anyway, you're just about to immunity. Are you planning to go eat out more when that happens? Over.
I'm planning for a lot more, actually. This W4BUE, there was an interesting conversation on earlier about wearing masks or not to wear them and what have you. And like I said, in my delicate condition, I'm going to be as careful as I can. Oh, well. But yeah, Bob, I really expected from everything people were talking about that I was going to have a little reaction to the second shot. None whatsoever. And so I'm real happy about that. Over.
For STP, well, that sounds great. I'm glad that it was easy shot for you. I heard you talking about you got your racks done, so that's great. You're ready for that trip. Looking ahead on the weather, we're looking at maybe 70 degrees Wednesday and Thursday next week. So my wife and I are already talking about taking a day trip down to the Outer Banks to eat lunch. Over.
Great. That sounds great. I think Chris went camping there this weekend. KJ4EZH. He does tent camping. I think it was a little chilly, but I think that's what he did. And yeah, I was real happy. I guess you heard 2 errors on the racks when I made them, but it don't matter. It don't matter. I found my U-bolts, the square U-bolts. I don't know if there's a special name for those or not. At Portsmouth Trailer Sale. Been doing business with them just about ever since I've been married. Over.
And for STP, I heard you say that. Is that the company on Airline Boulevard? Over.
They're on Military Highway in Chesapeake. It's right in between Shell Road and 17 off Military Highway, and they've been around forever. When I first got a trailer after we got married, I had a little gremlin of all things, and I needed a trailer to haul some stuff, and I got the trailer over in Newport News at a place called Hibbard. That's where W4SEE used to work, or still does. And I went to Portsmouth Trailer Sales for the hitch and everything, and been doing business with them ever since. So it's almost 50 years of dealing with them. And to come find they have a really great supply of U-bolts and nuts and other types of bolts and anything else you need for a trailer. They have everything. Over.
A4STP. As soon as I spoke Airline Boulevard out loud, I knew I had said the wrong road. Actually, back by 2005, I had a jet boat, and I took the trailer in to get the wheel bearings re-greased or something, because pushing that trailer into salt water, I didn't want to have any wheels locking up down the road, so I took it into there. So I am familiar with the business. Over.
Before BUE. Okay, good. I have on occasion with the other trailer I had repacked the wheel bearings and what have you, and it's not a very clean job, but I got some kerosene and I took the bearings. I had bearing pull. Oh my goodness, the stuff I used to think I knew how to do. Over.
STP. Well, I've never been the handy kind of guy. I've not been. I don't really have the patience to build. I rather use stuff than build it. So I even get my radio control airplanes ready built, so I don't have to sit there and build it. I get my model rockets, the easy construction, so I don't have to spend so much time building it. So like I said, I'd rather use it than build it. But I remember the days I used to change my own oil and all that other stuff. Over.
Yeah, W4BUE. Well, I've got some type of weird problem after my transplant that when I get under the house or under a car and looking up, I get dizzy. I don't know what causes that, but I just start feeling funny and get dizzy. So I don't do that stuff anymore. But oh yeah, I used to change the oil in the cars all the time. Get into the car and do other work, and of course back in the old days there was nothing to change an alternator or even a generator on a car, or the starter or the carburetor. Used to do all that stuff, but no more.
STP. When I was in high school, I worked at a international truck garage, and I used to do things, help prepare tractor, 18-wheeler tractors for paint. I used to paint their rims. I used to install radios on tractor, farm tractors. I used to turn lathes, used to turn armatures for generators on lathes and stuff like that. So I did a lot of different stuff, but of course it was under supervision of somebody who knew what they were doing more than me. Over.
W4BUE. Well, yeah, I used to completely rebuild generators and alternators when I was aircraft electrician, and that was a good experience. Yeah, we had to machine certain components and what have you. And I wasn't very good at machining, but I did a little bit of machining. I would say not over 3 or 4 hours of it, but I did. I had to learn how to do it. I did it well enough where they said, well, you know how to do it, but I don't think you need to do any more. Over.
KN4STP, I understand that. Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to build those plastic models, but the most productive working thing that I built was a crystal radio, and that was enjoyable. I was always amazed that a crystal radio would work without a battery. Over.
SW4BUE when I was, I guess about 6 or 7 years old. My grandfather, I forget who it was. It might have been a department store in Norfolk, Smith and Welton's, that sold Cub Scouts stuff and what have you. And I bought with one of my Christmas money presents. I bought a Boy Scout crystal radio, or a Cub Scout crystal radio. It had a Quaker Oaks container on it, which you wound the coil, and had, maybe 7 or 8 components and a set of headphones and a swiper arm to tune the frequencies. I remember he helped me do that. And, that was my first real interest in radio.
That was back in the days when they had Lafayette, Heathkit, and Radio Shack, all those things. I remember as a kid, I got a chemistry set, and I used to set up my flask to generate hydrogen overnight. And then I remember the next morning lighting a match into that flask and hearing the pop, and then realizing, I probably should have been wearing goggles. Over.
I'm coming back too quick. I'll take a standby and see if anybody else wants to come in. Couple stuff like that. I had an A.C. Gilbert erector set, which I spent so much time on that I should have been doing homework, I know. And also, I think it was also made by A.C. Gilbert, a chemistry set with a microscope and about 40 different little bottles of stuff. And my favorite thing doing was growing crystals with the copper sulfate. I think it was. I think it was copper sulfate. And I used so much of it, and the little bottles were so expensive that my grandfather took me down to the pharmacy, which back in those days, pharmacists made a lot of drugs, what have you, and bought me about, I think the bottles had like 1 ounce of chemicals or so in them. He bought me about 6 ounces of copper sulfate. Over.
Well, yeah, that reminds me of the magic rocks. Yep. You grow the crystals. I have made my own rock candy, so that was pretty interesting. And let's see, my chemistry set had a hydroponics tank. So from what I learned on that chemistry set with the hydroponics, I managed to do a freshman engineering project on hydroponics with a team. And what we did was we created a gelatin-based plant food in a tank and designed an apparatus where we could grow plants in a weightless environment. I still wonder if I should try to patent that. Over.
I think in the space age, that would be very good. That'd be very good, Bob. And maybe you'll be the first millionaire I've ever met. Over.
N4STP. Well, you might have already met some, but just didn't know it. Who knows? People may have more money than they show. Anyway, yeah, it was an interesting project. It did not win, but it was kind of disappointing. We thought we had a really good presentation, and when we were walking back from the presentation building to the engineering building, the head of the department said, you guys really should have won, but you were so far over the Judges' heads, they did not know what you were talking about. Over.
I actually really understand what you're saying, Bob. It's W4BUE. It's like when we did, when we had the K4AMG Club, we did two major presentations, one to the school board and then one to all the science and math teachers. The school board was, a regular school board meeting. They gave us 5 minutes, and then we did an hour presentation with several guest speakers and everything to the science teachers and everything, demonstrating and showing them how little CubeSat satellites work, and offering them the opportunity for the schools to build a CubeSat and have it launched. And the only question I got out of that whole presentation, none from the school board, they kind of just slept through it. That was just a 5-minute presentation, but they kind of slept through it. They let us talk because we were allowed to. But all the science and math teachers we had, the only comment, one teacher came up and says, you talk about all this communication stuff. Do you think the FBI or CIA can listen to me on my cell phone? And my answer was absolutely. Over.
KN4STP, as long as the cell phone has a battery in it, it doesn't make any difference whether it's on or off. They can hear everything you say. And there are computers listening for keywords, 7 by 24, 365 days a week, every cell phone out there. So I have no doubt. Over.
Kind of scary, isn't it? Big brother, but yeah. Well, that's technology. That's technology for you, Bob. I'm going to get out of here and get myself into the garage for a couple minutes. I had to recharge my batteries for my drill, and so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and put that away. And all I got to do is wait for one of those 70-degree days to paint my racks black. And they ain't beautiful. They ain't made the way I really envision them, but they work. KN4STP, see you about 11 from W4BUE.
KN4STP, well, it's been nice talking to you. I've done a cool down now, so I'm ready to hit the shower, so I'll see you at 11, or speak to you at 11. KN4STP, W4BUE 73.
South East Boulevard. Have a 70-year-old female that's fallen. She has hurt her leg. This will be Big Launch. Respond 800 TAC 2 KIU 5630953. ready?
W4BUE. K4LXN W4BUE. Need a little favor from you. I'm going to have to step away from the net for about 30 minutes or so. Will you be able to take the net today?
Yeah, we can do that.
So what's going on down there today? Then I'm going to have to get out of here. You had your big breakfast and everything. What else is going on?
I got an antenna mount for the car. I was going to see if I can mess with that. And I need to move that trailer over to Rachel's brother's place, put that wood on and get that thing unloaded. And if I can make contact with the guy out in Elizabeth City, he's got an antenna. And then further out, Gates, I got an auto tuner, fairly new. He hasn't had it but about maybe a month or two now. He decided he wanted to get another one, so he gave me a good price on that one. So I don't know if everything's going to get done or not, but we're going to give it a shot.
When you going to get the shot, and I think you're going to need a Brinks truck to carry all that money with you, with all the stuff you're going to buy. I'm going to get out of here, Tracy. Thank you very much. By the way, we had our second shot yesterday. No side effects, really. It's W4BUE.
Well, that's good to hear. Well, hope you do well, whatever you guys are going to get up to. And be no problem. Calling all stations, please stand by for the social distancing net on 150. Be a regular type net. Everything will be directed by net control. Your net control person today is Tracy and Moya. Call sign Kilo 4 Lima X-ray November. If anybody has an emergency at this time, please let us know. Heard, if there is an emergency, just say break, 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 or bark. Like my dog here is going nuts. And we'll address the emergency at that time. We have any stations checking in on Echo Link? Please call out. K4LXN. None. Is there any mobile stations that would like to check in? Please call K4LXN.
That's not happening. We're only keeping...
Are there any base stations that would like to check in? Please call K4LXN with your name and call sign, please.
STP, Bob, Western Branch, over. Here is W4BUE, just getting ready to go outside, but I'm here.
Other stations that would like to check in. Okay. KN4STP, Bob, would you like to make a comment at this time?
4STP, Bob here. Thanks, Tracy, for taking the net. I don't have a lot going on. It's a cold day. I'm looking forward to warmer days next week. I saw 70 forecasted for Thursday, so that sounds like a wonderful spring day. Anyway, that's all I got. Oh yeah, there's supposed to be a rocket launch tomorrow, but it's going to be so cold if I make it out there. Just a piece. Pay the club dues, because I don't think I'm going to sit out there and snowman making weather. Haha, over.
You're on the snowman making weather. Well, there's always that chance that snowman will meet a snow woman. You never know. Anyway, we appreciate you checking in. Not a whole lot going on around here. It's as usual when we got off work this morning, it was pretty brisk out. I was kind of surprised. Jack Frost is still following us around for some reason or another. Anyway, it's unreal. Is
there any other folks out there that would like to check in our social distancing net? Please call 84LXN.
And 4SF8, Rob Chesapeake.
Tracy. And hello to Bob and Rob, and there's someone else, no audio, but maybe they'll pop through.
KN4 PNC, Renard and Greenbrier Chesapeake, checking in.
WA4JUO and surprisingly taxing Suffolk.
Thank you, Bob, for checking in. I believe I see if I get this call sign right. November 4 SF, is that correct?
Sierra Foxtrot Hotel. Southern Fried Ham.
Roger on the Southern Fried Ham. And we also got Bernard. I believe that was KN4PSC, is that correct? Negative, it is Kilo November 4 Papa November Charlie, Bernard and Greenbrier Chesapeake. Roger on Kilo November 4 Papa November Charlie, Bernard and Chesapeake. Would you like to make a comment at this time? And for PNC, Renard and Greenbrier Chesapeake. Not too much to say, just want to say happy day to everybody and hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, and read on the bit of cold out there. I hope this all goes away soon. But back to net, came for PNC, Renard and Greenbrier Chesapeake. Roger, thank you, Bernard. This is my second time doing this net, so I'm having some fun with it, and I appreciate everybody's patience. It's always good to hear you guys check in from all over the area. I got WA4JUO. Stu, would you like to make a comment for the group?
WA4JUO. Certainly, so a nice chilly day outside. I read this afternoon I can replace a tail light in my automobile. I have the bulb, just going to put it in. Anyway, I'm gonna go on and be in and out. I'm gonna get out and down. There's a lot of things I'm working on this morning, trying to get done before the sun sets today. Anyway, with that, back to net control. 7 to 3, sir, but I'll be listening on and on.
All right, Stu. You have a good day. Appreciate you checking in. It's always good to hear you. And take care. Is there any other check-ins for the social distancing net? Please call K4LXN.
Here is W4BUE.
K4BUE. Rich, would you like to make a comment to the group?
Waiting here for Mike, K4MJV, to get over here for a few minutes. And that's why we didn't take the net today. And the other day we had a lot of interference. It sounded like a station using DMR or something. It wasn't Wires X, but it was S3 here direct to me, and it kind of blocking the repeater. So I don't know if anyone has has anything that will copy DMR on our frequency here. Well, not our frequency, it's the one we use. But if anyone hears it and can decipher it, we can figure out who's doing it. With that, good morning to everybody. I'm going to go outside. Thank you, Tracy, for doing the net. And I'm sure everyone else thanks you also. K4LXN, this is W4BUE.
Contact. WA4BUE, this is N4SFH. That digital noise may have been my Yaesu 7900 crapping out. I just replaced it. I've been having problems with it for a couple weeks. And a couple different times people have said after I transmitted, they heard the first part of my transmission and then they heard a bunch of digital stuff or something. So I don't know. It could have been that 7900. But anyways, I just replaced it with an ICOM 4100A today. So I hope you're hearing this one all right. And 4SFH.
Thank you, Rob. Hey, Rob, did you get the picture I emailed you?
Yes, sir. I got the picture, and I have a bunch more of them the same because I was the one that took all them pictures. And 4SFH.
Okay, thank you, Tracy. It's W4BUE.
Rich. Rob, that 4100, is that a mobile unit, a base unit? Can you elaborate a little bit more? That's the first time I've heard about 4100 ICOM, I believe you said.
Yes, it's a mobile rig. It's got the detachable face on it. One thing I was kind of disappointed about it is the microphone connection is not in the head. So you have to, if you remote mount the radio somewhere, you have to get an extension cable to get the microphone up to wherever you're putting the remote head. And the accessories for the ICOMs are kind of expensive. But other than that, it's a dual bander. It's got GPS in it. It's got it's got all the ICOM bells and whistles in it. So I just programmed about a few 2-meter repeaters in the area and a couple 441s, and we're just seeing how it works. It programs real easy. You don't have to go out and buy software if you don't want to. Back to you, N4SFH.
Roger that, Rob. Well, it's good you have a rig that you can work on the repeaters. It's always nice. And we have heard of rigs with the detachable faces where you have to have extended mic cord because it's not on the detachable piece. That's kind of off the wall, but I guess everybody's have to have their own type of deal to make their patents work for them. But other than that, sounds great. Alrighty, let's go back to the top of the list. KN4STP, Bob. Would you like to make a comment about anything else today? Go ahead. KN4STP, Bob here. Yeah, well, I think the short net got to be a longer net. You can only catch short fish with a short net, so I think you caught some more than you expected. Yeah, looking at a good week ahead. One thing I've got to look forward to on Monday is a dentist visit, so but that should go well. And looking forward to warmer weather. I was telling Rich earlier that we were looking at 70 degrees forecasted for Thursday, and the wife and I talked about maybe on a warmer day taking a trip down at Outer Banks and eating lunch just to see the water and what's going on out in the world. not usually a lot of people's favorite ideas. I know it's not particularly one of mine. One time I was out on the boat, and we have to have these yearly checkups, and I got in the chair, and I had this Lieutenant JG says, "Oh, you got a cavity. Just needs a little bit of drill and fill. We can take the care of that real snappy. And it don't look like you don't require no Novocaine or nothing. We can just buzz it and fill it, and you'll be on your way." Well, I was not a big fan of that, but that's what happened. I think they ended up replacing the grips on the chair after they got done with that little procedure. Other than that, I hope you enjoy your trip out to the Outer Banks. In the cooler weather, it's usually not as crowded, so that's a plus. But saw a lot of traffic on the road last night going that way, so you might have some folks down there to see. Anyway, we'll go over to Bernard, KN4PNC. Would you like to make a comment to the group second time around? Go ahead.
This is KN4PNC, Bernard in Greenbelt, Chesapeake, and just listening to the comments about the mic connector not being in the heads of the radios and everything. I have a FTM 400 and FTM 100, and that's the deal with those. And I think Yaesu on the FTM 300 started putting the connector in the head, which is I think is a better place to be, because you have to run that cable from the base of the unit to the mic and everything, and I think that causes some problems down the road. But other than that, don't have too much to say. Again, just hoping everybody's having a wonderful weekend and everything. Just for the longest time, I haven't had a weekend off. I just got a weekend off, so I'm just been sitting back and enjoying. KN4PNC, back to net.
Well, it's good to hear that you know a little bit about those other radios. Ourselves, we got different mobile units to do different things, and every time I go to order another one, my wife's like, "You think you need another one?" I said, "Well, this one does this." And anyhow, that's the way I go about mobile units. I don't have any of the real fancy ones, but I wait till they go on sale and see how much I can afford. Okay, let's go for our 73 round. Let me see if Rich is still hanging out. W4BUE, you still listening? Well, I hope he meets up with his contact that he's waiting on. Alright, let's go back to the top of the list for our 73 round. November 4, Sierra, Foxtrot Hotel. Rob, over to you.
Yeah, this is N4SFH. Okay, Tracy, yeah, one other thing I wanted to say is I also put a new antenna on here, the Diamond SG7500, and right out of the box I put my analyzer on it, and that thing was under 1 SWRs. It was like 0.5 SWRs from 144 to 147.9, and then they started to climb, and at 150 they started going up to around 2. So that's pretty good with no adjustments or nothing right out of the box. I kind of like that. It's a dual band. I didn't check the 440 side of it because my analyzer stops at 170. Goes from 1.8 to 170. But I'm glad it's working, and I appreciate everybody giving me the report on it. N4SFH, back to net.
Real good, Rob. I got a tri-band antenna that I'm thinking about putting on the Camry. It's on going on a lip mount, and I was kind of wondering what that was going to be. But I got one of those nano analyzer things, and I just got to program it to read the different bands, and I'll see how that goes. It's all new to me, so I had to watch a video to work that new gizmo. They got them pretty inexpensive. I was looking at the antenna analyzers, and they were quite a bit. And this one, it's a handheld with a battery, and you charge it up and use it. And they got them as cheap as as $50. So if somebody wanted an SWR meter that they just wanted to use every once in a while, then there you go. Alrighty then, let me let this reset, and I'm going on to our next one. You have a great day, Rob. It's always good to hear you in there. And for Sierra Foxtrot Hotel, have a great day. Kilo November 4 STP, Bob. Would you like to go for the 73 round? KN4 STP, Bob here. I guess this is the last time for the 73 round. Hope everybody has a good week ahead. I got my first shot this week, so I was happy about that. So hopefully I'm on the way to immunity, although the way the paperwork reads, after I take my second shot, I may not be any better off than before I took the first one. So the paperwork is really weird. Anyway, I'll feel better about it whether they want me to or not. Everybody have a great week ahead. Think we're in for a dry week. I think we could use a dry week. There's a whole lot of water standing and needs to go in. And just have a great week. 73 to everybody. KN4 STP back to net control. Over. For checking in today. It's always good to hear you. And we ended up getting our second shot Monday. Tuesday we had I was coughing a lot, and my arm wasn't that sore, but I mean, they told us kept rubbing it, but I ended up snoozing a lot that day. But we got through it. We're feeling pretty good now. But for folks that are getting the shot, you have to fill out paperwork. I would, after you fill out the first set of paperwork, I'd make a copy of it, because they might be asking for that same sheet again. So that way you won't have to go filling it out all over again. You'll have a copy of the first one. If I would have did that, I wouldn't have had to look all that information back up again. Thank you then, Bob. You have a great day. Let's go over to Bernard, KN4PNC. Would you like to go out on the 73 round? Go ahead.
This is Bernard in Greenbrier, Chesapeake, KN4PNC. Just wanted to wish everybody a good week ahead and smooth sailing. And with that, I'll just say 73s to everybody. This is KN4PNC, back to net.
Bernard, for checking in, and we appreciate all the good comments, and I hope you have a great day over there in Greenbrier and Chesapeake. And I believe that's it. Do we have any late check-ins that want to make a comment or anything on the social distancing net? Please call now. Thank you guys for checking in today. This will be my second time being net controller. I hope I did okay. a little trouble with the call signs, but I'm working it. Sometimes I can't ride as fast as I can hear, so sometimes it's the other way around. Y'all have a great day. This is K4LXN, Tracy and Moyoc, saying 73's to all. Thanks again. And we're returning this repeater back to normal amateur radio status.
For PNC, with Arden Group by Chesapeake. Tracy, you did a great job. Good power to you, and 73s again.
No, I appreciate that. I had to put my mobile rig on high power. It seemed like it was almost clipping some a little bit. Take care. Have a great day. KN4 PNC. This is K4LXN.
You want me to lock that door on my way down? All right. Yep. Have a great day.